Welcome to Tech Hype, a show where we debunk misunderstandings around emerging technologies and the laws and policies that shape them. I'm your host, Brandy Noneke. Today, we're digging deep into the VET AI Act, which proposes guidance on how to evaluate third-party AI audits. Now, Senator John Hickenlooper introduced the Validation and Evaluation for Trustworthy, or VET AI Act, and this marks a significant legislative effort to bring much-needed oversight to the rapidly advancing field of AI. This proposed legislation directs the National Institute of Standards and Technology, or NIST, to develop guidelines for third-party evaluators, aiming to ensure AI systems are developed and deployed responsibly. The bill proposes a framework where independent evaluators, similar to those in the financial industry, work with AI developers and deployers to verify compliance with established guardrails, such as data protection and cybersecurity standards. NIST, in collaboration with the Department of Energy and the National Science Foundation, would create voluntary specifications for internal assurance and external verification regarding the development, testing, and deployment of AI systems. While promising, responsible AI is not just a technical challenge, but a socio-technical one. AI is driven by human assumptions and behavior. For example, how a developer categorizes data could inadvertently cause discrimination, or how the public interacts with AI could cause it to perform in unexpected ways. Further, how a third-party auditor operationalizes potential AI risks directly affects how those risks are defined, evaluated, and addressed. Now, this could enable uninvestigated risks to fall under the radar. Humans are fallible, and by default, so are AI audits. Hickenlooper is clear that we must act quickly to address AI harms. He says AI is moving faster than any of us thought it would 2 years ago, but we have to move just as fast to get sensible guardrails in place to develop AI responsibly before it's too late. Otherwise, AI could bring more harm than good to our lives. Now, technical and socio-technical AI standards will be key to achieving this goal. Standards bodies such as IEEE, ISO, and CEN-CENELEC are developing both technical and socio-technical standards for AI. However, there is still a serious lack of consensus on the appropriate focus of these standards, and especially on their implementation. Even established socio-technical standards in cybersecurity, for example, are not foolproof. Cybersecurity incidents are still on the rise. But the development of standards and their adequate implementation to address these socio-technical challenges of AI will take years to iron out. We're still at the early stages of defining responsible AI concepts like trustworthiness and transparency. Currently, these concepts are prone to varied interpretations, requiring careful consideration in relation to the AI technology and application area. For example, NIST has identified over 50 types of bias that plague AI. In their report, they explain that addressing any one of these biases may inadvertently cause others to emerge. Thus, an AI audit addressing AI bias, it's not so clear-cut. The auditor must be clear on what types of bias were evaluated and whether addressing these biases actually causes others to emerge. The AI risk assessment landscape is rapidly growing, with industry, government, academia, and civil society all producing different assessment tools and strategies. Yet primary among them is NIST's AI Risk Management Framework, which provides high-level guidance on identifying and managing AI risks, including socio-technical risks. Yet its flexibility, while important to keep pace with the technical advancements and differing use cases of AI, well, that simultaneously creates a lack of clarity among implementers on best practices. NIST Assessing Risks and Impacts of AI program seeks to address this challenge by providing independent assessments of societal risks via real-world testing scenarios. And its U.S. AI Safety Institute is convening experts from over 200 organizations to collaboratively develop science-based guidelines and standards for AI measurement and policy. While these initiatives are promising, AI risk assessments like the NIST AI RMF are already a key component of many AI companies' responsible AI strategies. As a result, these early audits could set well-intended but inappropriate precedents as we continue to work to define and understand the socio-technical risks of AI. Historically, third-party auditors in other industries have faced challenges that should serve as cautionary tales. For example, in the financial sector, conflicts of interest and insufficient oversight have led to catastrophic market failures. The same pitfalls could plague AI assurance if stringent criteria and transparent processes are not enforced. To address this challenge, one of the bill's key features is establishing a collaborative advisory committee to review and recommend criteria for certifying individuals or organizations capable of conducting AI assurance. NIST would also study the AI assurance ecosystem, examining current capabilities, methodologies, necessary resources, and market demand. In doing so, NIST will help provide much-needed clarity on how to appropriately vet third-party AI auditors and their practices. While the Vet AI Act represents a proactive step towards responsible AI development and use, its success will largely depend on the robustness of responsible AI standards, including best practices in operationalizing these standards. Ensuring these auditors are thoroughly vetted, unbiased, and highly qualified is paramount. As the Senate considers this legislation, it is critical to take into account the socio-technical challenges of AI. Without this, the bill's well-intended goals will fall short, leaving the door open for the very harms it seeks to prevent. Thank you for joining me in discussing the Vet AI Act. Want to learn more about the laws and policies shaping emerging technologies? Check out our other episodes at techhype.org.